Slam says, I have a question about promoting an event, VR, making a graphic, where to spend my time. I don't understand what VR is, but Slam, I
Versus.
imagine you'll clarify.
I will clarify. Hi, Ted.
Oh.
Nice to meet you. I've been watching your free stuff and realized that because I come from the ACE, the Academy of Coaching Excellence background, and everybody sings your praises there, and then realize you're also a jammer, or like a founder of a jam, jam.
I'm the founder of the jams.
Yeah, the founder. So thank you, because that's also been my political home and such a growing place for me. So.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Shilpa is all praise to Shilpa for keeping it alive. I mean, I ran it for 3 years, and then she's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so you have a question about promoting an event versus making a graphic.
Well, okay, so I've been following a lot of your free content, and I've got my pink spoon is tomorrow. There's an event. It's like, hey, make a vision. And I made a logo, and I like put it out there, decided who it was for, what they would get from it, all those things. And I've been doing my hub networking, sending it to people, but it's tomorrow and there aren't that many people signed up. And I'm like, should I like keep blasting the hub, or should I make another graphic, which I like got into the creativity mind from your content, and made a Venn diagram of who I work for, who this is for. And it's like queer business owners or leaders. Yeah. And I made the image. So I'm like, well, should I talk to you about how to promote this event? Because that's like what's coming up. Or should I like, is this an office hours where I can be like, what do you think of this graphic? And like, should I make it?
Well, I mean, the graphic sounds great.
Okay, and then I'll show you that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Can I share my screen?
You bet. One sec. Go right ahead. Da, da, da. Look at that. Oh, I like the name, Nimble Roots Coaching. It's beautiful. It's great.
Cool.
I love it. Roll with it.
Okay, cool. And then, okay, cool. Should I give you longer to like critique the words, or anybody else that has feedback? Anybody, am I allowed to get feedback from other people in the room too?
Of course. Yeah. You if you want to put it back up, I do have some more thoughts in general.
Oh, good.
So, okay, because this question of promoting events, this is the classic situation many of us found ourselves in. It's 3 weeks before the day before. It's not as full as we'd like. So there's the sort of quick fix and the long-term fix.
Yeah.
The quick fix is you just hustle and you do everything you can think of. You know, it's like, should I do this? Yes. How about this? Yes. All of those, like go crazy. But in the long term, that doesn't work, because it leaves us in a scramble. It leaves us flailing a little bit in a way that it just never works. It's stressful. And also then that's what people see on social media is this kind of, we're always promoting and pushing because we haven't figured out the rhythm for it. So there are a few resources I'd recommend. One is there's an ebook I've got called The Art of the Full House that's all about how to fill events. And also on my products page, there's something called the Pre-Sales Magic, The Art of the Slow Launch. And also in my YouTube videos, there's a couple playlists. I think there's one about how to fill up workshops, promoting workshops, and there's also one about launching. So there you go. There's a range of prices on that stuff. But here's the core ideas that I want to lead. And yeah, if anyone has any feedback on the wording, please put it in the chat for what Slam is showing here. The main thing is to come up with a plan. Every time we're going to promote something, literally create a spreadsheet, a plan, and create that 6 months before you're going to do the event. Pre-write the emails 6 months before. Like create a spreadsheet, map out how am I going to promote this? Really think it through. What can I be doing to lead up to this and to promote this? And lay it all out in advance, and then you just execute it. You know, then you have to do it. But having a plan and giving oneself enough time are two things I just see happening so rarely.
Yeah, that's helpful. I mean, one of the ways I was countering inaction is by doing and just getting it up there. And I made another logo that was on purpose, and that's like the the theme of these series. So they're like, it's on purpose on vision, on purpose on money, on purpose on intention. Actually, where I'm sharing the jam tools, the compass of reaction and the zones, and helping people like have more intention in their lives. It's very exciting. I see you light up, but it's like, well, if nobody's there to play, nobody's there. And not nobody, but you know, I want it to be in the flow and have that plan, but I also want to do it.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, sometimes we just put stuff up, and now, are you saying, if I'm hearing right, that the content's good, but people aren't kind of saying like, "Oh, that's me," and signing up? Like people aren't resonating, or?
I don't know why they're not signing up.
Okay.
And some people are signing up, and sometimes they sign up like the day before, or that's what happens is they sign up the day before, but like all week I'm like, is anybody coming? And I think my niche is queer business owners or queer business leaders. But these events are kind of like for, maybe I'm seeing it's like they've been for everybody, because I think these are really fun and accessible. Yeah, right. You've heard that before.
Well, maybe I don't know. I mean, it's two thoughts. One is you can be explicit without being exclusive. You don't have to. You can have people who are not queer at your things, and
Sure.
as long as you're fine with that, fine. There's no problem there.
Yeah.
But two thoughts. One, people are last minute people. So this
Right.
is all of our constant, the night before, 48 hours before, is anyone going to sign up? And sometimes it's in that last minute, which is, we wish they would have some mercy on our souls and just sign up a month before, but they don't. The second thing is, it may be that there's an issue just with the title, the focus, the kind of Island A, Island B, that it's not hitting something that's urgent enough, that's clear enough for them, or that it's focusing too much on the diagnosis and not enough on the prescription. Do you have the sales page handy, or the write-up you have for it?
Yeah. Just let me see.
Here we go. Okay, so on purpose, Vision 2022. Together we will identify and amplify your life's intentions to create an inspiring and electrifying vision for 2022. This year's been full of surprises, unexpected challenge. They have also been full of creation and connection. All of these things may continue to be true for the new year. If you were in the driver's seat of this wild adventure, where would you go and why? At the beginning of a new year is a perfect time to reflect and envision our highest hopes, dreams for our future. We will dance with our life's intentions in order to create a beautiful vision for the upcoming year. Life intentions are our direction or purpose that has come from deep within you. I will help you identify this with ease. Okay, I get the idea. So this one is the on purpose with vision one, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me ask you a question. What are the elements of somebody's vision? What are the key components of vision? Is it just like one mass thing, or are there different parts to it?
There's a couple parts to it. So I think, it's a matter of, so we identify life's intentions, we figure out what is super important to people. And then I was kind of launching them into like a pair share of, okay, now you're gonna imagine yourself 6 months, 12 months at the end of this year, and you're gonna describe it in great detail, kind of in present tense, but in the future. And then that person is going to capture it for you.
Yeah.
And so you're going to walk away with like a snapshot of like this dream that you would love to have. You're going to experience it with in partnership because somebody else was there. We're going to like do little breakout groups. And then you'll come back to the group and share it. And then you'll see that if you have a beautiful vision and you want some support, you know exactly who to call, which is me, to help you like walk that path for the next 6 to 12 months. And if nothing else, you like get just like a glimpse of what you'd love to have and how important it is to you in life.
Okay. Are there, so another way to ask this, are there, I suppose with the vision, there's like your finances, there's your health, there's relationships. Are there specific questions that you're going to be asking to guide them through the different facets of their life?
I didn't have that set up, but that's a good idea.
So part of the reason I'm asking is because there's two things on this sales letter. One is I think it could do with a bit more logic, since we have that this is a theme, just like here's my approach.
Yeah.
Here's how this process is going to work. First we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And here's why I'm doing it that way. Like, why not just journal and write it on your own? Here's what happens when you get interviewed by somebody, and here's the benefits of that for you selfishly. Yeah, and then you don't have to take the notes. You can really get into a flow.
So like to be like really explicit about what's going to, like what I just described to you, put that in, you're calling the sales letter, this Eventbrite thing, is to like be super articulate. And that's like some videos that I could make too that are easy.
Yes.
Okay.
And the other thing is this question of, well, yeah, what are the elements that you see of vision? I mean, is this just a life vision? Is this a professional vision? And that can be helpful in terms of the point of view to say, there's a lot of schools of thought about vision and what are the parts of it, or how do you come to it? Here's mine.
Right.
This is my perspective. And so then it's like, hey, if you resonate with my perspective and my process, if this seems like something that'd be interesting, we'll make it more compelling.
Mm-hmm. That's the opinion piece, right?
Yeah, exactly. Can you scroll back up to the top?
Yeah.
So on purpose, vision 2022. Got it. No question. Yeah, I might emphasize the queer thing, because that's definitely not there.
Yeah, the queer thing is new. I like look back at who I've been serving, and like a lot of them, not everybody's queer, but enough of them that I'm like, oh, I could just like make that the focal point, which is why I put that asterisk at the top of the image, which is like, if you wonder if you're queer enough, that's indicator that you probably are, because I want like I work with, I mean, I'll say I think everybody's a little bit queer, but in like the best kind of ways. But and I am. So like people kind of show up for that. Like it's even just like a lens on the world that I think people resonate with or are in awe of, and then we just work better together.
Yeah, I just think even adding like
to that Eventbrite.
Yeah, to the Eventbrite, to the heading, to the banner,
right.
Like crafting your vision workshop for queer business leaders.
Right.
Or something like that, or queerpreneurs, or however you want to say it. Like it's, I think that would just immediately, I'd be clearer what it is and who it's for, because part of the challenge, and this is one of the toughest things, is making our work not generic. Because when I see that, it's like, oh, I've seen a bunch of these, and we never want to have that feeling of they're like, oh, I've seen that. It's a visioning workshop. And even if we do, it's like, hey, I'm doing a visioning workshop, but hold on, wait, before you leave, this is different in the following ways.
Yeah.
And there's basically 6 different ways it can be different, it seems. It's the W5 plus H, the old journalistic saw, could be what you're doing is unique. That's like, this is not just a visioning thing, but it's this kind of visioning exercise. That's a very specific, it could be, so what you do could be how you do it. Again, that's the process you're going to take people through. Could be where you do it. Now you're doing it online, but you might be doing it locally. Could be when you do it. I mean, just the hours you set it completely eliminate certain time zones from participating. So it could be when you do it, could be why you do it, that it's tied to a much bigger vision, and then who it's for. Yeah, of course, who it's for could be unique. So it's just good to look at our works like, okay, if it's generic, where can I make a decision on one of those 6 things that would hone it? Because immediately it will work better just with some more clarity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like niching it down to, it is kind of generic. It is.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm unique, but it's generic.
Oh boy, hey, you just summed up most of our experiences here. Is how do we translate our uniqueness onto the page and translate it? That's amen.
Cool.
Amen.
Well, thank you, and thank you for the jam.
Hey, oh my God, you're welcome. It's incredible that it's still going. If anyone wants to check out the jams, by the way, do you want to give a little shout out for the jams and where people can get more info?
I would love to. The Yes Jam is a weekly gathering of change agents all over the world based on...
Or a week-long gathering.
Week-long, sorry, not weekly, thank you. Weekly gathering, and they're done on Zoom now. And it's basically for social change agents based on identity, location or sector. So there's like a healing jam. I think that's actually coming up, right? We should, no, it's the home jam, the earth, people that are interested in the environment. There's a jam coming up there. Yesworld.org, I think is the website. And it is a time for change agents to come together, connect, and actually like rest their bones so that they are ready to go back and face these times. It's amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah, I said the Jams is a project I founded in 1999 with this group at Youth for Environmental Sanity in Santa Cruz when I was living down there. And the idea was I'd been to so many big conferences and there's so many people, and I thought there were 30 of them. I thought if we could just hang out for a week, I don't know what would happen. Amazing stuff would happen if we could just get the right people together to have conversations. And so I did that, a World Jam, and I did a second World Jam. We did a USA Jam, which was a complete disaster, and then we did another World Jam, and then it's segmented. Yeah, it's gone more and more specific into these, like we did the Nova Scotia Gales Jam. There's been the Middle East Jam. There've been all these different things. So there may be one that's actually just perfect for you, where you can connect with like-minded folks, and where you're in a group of people where the intention is not to persuade anyone, but to understand each other and to create a safe space, where we can not just talk, but talk about how we're talking about things. So if all of that is just appealing to you, you're interested in that kind of loosely, it's sort of like a council format, and you're I would say politically progressive, probably left-leaning, more familiar, but it's very open. As long as you come with an open heart and willingness to listen, there's lots of themes and lots of topics to explore. And yeah, it's an interesting example, the Jams, of what it is unique. When it started, I didn't know of anything else like that. That was just bringing together such small groups of leaders in different arenas. How we did it was completely different, because mostly it's a very formal thing, and we had a more organic process. Where it happened is now you get these ones all around the world in specific places that define it. When it happens, of course, some dates you can't make. Why it's being done, there is a bigger why, a deeper purpose behind it. And then for whom it is, there's ones for specific groups, so each of them become more niched. So it's an interesting example of niching, and that you take one idea, but then you keep coming up with different, like Chicken Soup for the Soul. There's the one book, but then there's all the niched books for specific communities. You can get a lot of mileage out of that. So that's good to know.